Cheers! Welcome to my channel. This is a timely tarot oracle reading about random shift. If you resonate with the title and or the thumbnail, this is the perfect reading for you, delivered at the perfect time, in timely fashion, courtesy of the universe through the language of synchronicity. This is a collective or general reading, so just be aware parts may or may not resonate. Take what works for you. Also, this is a timely reading, meaning if you're watching it at this time, it is the perfect time for you. Having said that, if it has been a while since I posted this, then take a look back what was going on then in your life, and it may give you further clarity as to your situation. We're going to begin with the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck, and we have victory. So this card, the Six of Wands, is a card of victory. It means that you've been in some sort of battle or maybe in some sort of competition and you've come out the winner. You're the leader. And a big part of the reason why you were able to accomplish this is because you have learned to rein in your emotions, which is represented by the horse here. And because of that, it could have been in a very challenging situation. You've learned to rein in your emotions and be able to move forward as a leader. And now people are recognizing you as such. We have the energy of the Knight of Swords coming in, and the Knight of Swords is a messenger from the king or queen. Like the knights would deliver messages from kingdom to kingdom in the old days, and they would travel far and wide to do so. Now, the Knight of Swords is talking about sometimes someone who's rushing in. And it can represent a fool rushing in because you only have half the information. We can only see half the sword. The swords represent your mental intelligence, your discipline of your mind, and also your ability to use your words. And so I feel like this person only has half the story here, but they're rushing in with what they have because they feel it's important that you understand that this person has been victorious. And for whatever reason it matters, this knight is running through barren land against the wind and only has half the information. His horse is stressed out, but he feels it's very important. Who he's running to, we don't know yet, but he's running to someone and from about this information here. We have, okay, so because of this information or because of this victory, there are 7 cups of opportunity here. And so the cups in tarot represent somewhat, generally they can represent romantic love, but they can also represent love of others, of other people in your life. They can represent having a love for something you love to do, something you love to be, a place you love to be at, that kind of energy. There's 7 opportunities that have been sent to you through the universe. And these cups are up to you. These generally come as challenges because possibilities are held in challenges. So this is saying you are a black hole sucking in all this opportunity, and you are the center of control of all of these opportunities. So it's up to you. Which one are you going to choose first? How are you going to approach it? That kind of energy. These opportunities have been destined for you, so you don't have to worry about them not being there as long as you have good spin. You put a good spin on it. How about that? We have, okay, so we have some energy coming in about the Page of Cups is a younger version of the Knights. The pages generally would work for the king and queen in the court, and they would deliver messages within the palace walls and be given small tasks. They would come from surrounding families that were upper class, and that they would apprentice to work for the king and queen in the court. And then as they got older, if they were really suited for it, they would, and they could afford a horse, they would be possibly put up for knighthood. So the Page of Cups, his element is the element of love and of these cups, the opportunities in these cups. This quite often represents someone, this page is very focused on this fish. He understands there's plenty of fish in the sea, but he is very, very interested and focused on this one fish. Sometimes this energy here can be talking about hiring a private investigator to look into someone. This is sometimes this energy can represent something fishy in a love life, and I just am feeling like someone hired possibly a private detective to check someone out, that they were thinking about maybe asking out, but they want to know first, like, is this person for real kind of energy. Find out some information on this person, and what they have found out is that this person is considered a leader and victorious in whatever battle they've just been through, and that they are actually an independent person at the center of their universe. They are have a lot of opportunities going for them, and they are an independent individual is what's coming up. Interesting. So this message coming in could represent the energy of someone who is that you have been met online or have seen online and want to know, is this person for real? Like that kind of energy, which is why a lot of times people will invest. This is sort of saying you have half the information only here, but something just happened where this person is victorious, and this investigator is running to whomever this is for to let them know. This can represent, like in the old days, of course, the messages would always be delivered by hand, but nowadays it could be, you could be online dating. This could be a message coming in or someone that you've seen online. That's the energy I'm picking up. So you're wanting to know, is this, with all that AI out there, is this person a real person? Or is this a bot? That's the kind of energy I'm picking up. And also, so this message could come in by a phone call. It could be an email, a text message. It could be some sort of, on social media, being messaged by someone. You could see an event on social media, go to the event and meet someone that knows this person, and they tell you about them. It's that kind of energy. You could see this person being featured in the news, whatever is going on. But it's some form of information coming in about this person someone wants to know. This is talking about having a strong foundation for the pentacles represent health, wealth, happiness in the 3D, but they also represent having making money. And of course, money is a big part of lifestyle, but you could have all the money in the world and not be living the lifestyle that you want to live. And so this is talking about the 3 levels of making money. And this is talking about having a very strong foundation that you're able to stand on. But it's safe money. It's kind of like, this is not money that you want to risk, because it's what is the foundation of your, of your financial portfolio, basically. And then this is representing going after your heart's desires, and even moving into your crowning glory. When you're going for your crowning glory, that means that you're on your destined path, on the path of glory that God put you on. And if you're in that energy, then you will be blessed, but you have to get out of your comfort zone. So he has his back to the city, because it's saying wherever you are right now, and this could be not necessarily a physical location, but mentally, and physically. It could also be that you have to get out of your comfort zone and be able to take calculated risks to be able to move up to your heart's desires and your crowning glory. And this sometimes says you've been playing small, or in an energy of don't play small. That kind of that sometimes you have to make calculated risks to move up the scale of making money. And then we have the King of Swords coming in. So the King of Swords generally is someone that earns their profession using their words, using, their intelligence, that kind of energy. So this could be someone it would be someone that's at the top of their game, whatever profession they're in. This is a double-edged sword, so it also means that this is someone who's able to think outside the box, using their mental intelligence and their mind, and that they have discipline of their mind. The King of Swords quite often would be someone in the profession in the legal field, like someone who is, you know, if they're in the legal field, they would be a lawyer. They would be a lawyer in a large firm, and they would be a partner, someone higher up. This could be a head prosecutor, judge. If it's a politician, it's someone that is got a lot of authority, like it could even be the president or the prime minister, or even a real live king kind of energy. This is someone who understands the power of words and understands that words can be used as weapons and they can be used to uplift people. Also, they earn their living with words. This could be an influencer, someone who speaks for a living, an inventor. This could be a surgeon. But whatever they do, they're at the top of their field, and they're highly, very intelligent, and also probably well educated. And so the King of Swords is coming in, and this could represent the energy that had this person checked out. This person checked out, basically. That's the energy I'm picking up. And perhaps because they're wanting to ask them out, but they want to make sure that this is a real person and not a bot, and not someone that they want to know, is this person for real? Then we have Six of Pentacles coming in here. So the Six of Pentacles can represent this energy of playing small again, you know, in the past, having played too small, and being breadcrumb because of it, like being too careful. And this is this person has Six Pentacles, and they're giving some to this person, but this person they're not. Now look, if you look closer, this person is a grifter. They're a pickpocket, and they've got something in their pocket here. And that's why this person has learned the art of discernment and has the scales of justice above this person's head, and they're not receiving from this person because this person just can tell that this person does not need this money. They're just being lazy, and this person actually does. So this is a card about when you get to a certain level of making money, of having the discernment to be able to know what are you going to invest in, how much are you going to invest, who are you going to invest with, and how much do you expect to get in return? Is it a fair deal? You know, it's the give and take of life, basically. Your time, your energy, and your money. Remember, it's lifestyle, not just money. Although the pentacle is represented, money is a big part of lifestyle, but you could have all the money in the world and still not be living the lifestyle that you want to live. We're seeing that a lot these days. So this is the Ace of Pentacles, and this is a reward for staying on your destined path. So this may be that you're looking for to get to your crowning glory. This is the path of glory, basically, when you're following God's path. And this is representing your North Star. So this is the North Star is your guiding light for being on your destined path. And the universe and God are rewarding you for staying on that path. And so that's why you're very careful who you bring into your inner circle now. Probably because in the past you've dated or had people in your inner circle that really were stinky. Let's put it that way. All right, and then we have the Page of Swords coming up. So the Page of Swords is representing this mental intelligence. Feel the energy that was here with all the swords is your energy, and this is someone that you're thinking about about asking out on a date, basically, or getting to know better. And so the Page of Swords energy is coming in, and I feel like you feel like now, from the information that you've learned, that this is like a breath of fresh air in your life. This Page of Swords can represent a youthful enthusiasm for something or someone again. And this talks about, you know, we do have a cup of love here, but there's a lot of pentacle energy, and it's about opportunities. So it's not just about love, it's about being with someone that is able to match your energy, basically. That's the energy I'm picking up. So the Page of Swords is bringing in communication, again, just as the Page of Cups is. But this is about whatever information came in here. Now the King of Swords is using this information, and he's not looking at the information now. He's using his intuitive ability to think outside the box and really think about, okay, this always reminds me of someone who's golfing. And, when golfing is a very mental sport. So if you go out there and you have a bad first hole, it can ruin your whole game. But if you discipline your mind, the very next hole, you could have a hole-in-one, because you don't you don't spiral downward with your emotions. And so this energy is also talking about someone that keeps their eye on the ball kind of energy. And they're willing to look at different situations from a different angle kind of. And this information that you received, I feel that it's saying that, oh, okay, this person is for real, and it would be okay for me to go ahead and ask them out. They're a breath of fresh air, very different from what this King of Swords is used to in their profession. Okay, because in the past there has been, this is this energy sitting right on here. This is this energy I'm talking about, where the King of Swords perhaps is given into temptation when he's felt strongly about wanting to date someone, and then it has turned out to be a really shifty situation. These two lovers are yoked to each other, and they're chained to Saturn's box, and this energy is, the devil is actually ruled by Saturn, and it's a very deep energy. Like, it's extremely, it goes like, what are your morals? What are, that kind of energy? What are you really about deep inside? And so the devil represents temptation, and the devil never ever will, you won't get the truth from the devil, because the devil is very manipulative. And so I always cover the devil with the next card up to see, okay, what minion does the devil send in, or what is it about, or what does, does God send someone in to be in, to stop whatever the devil's trying to do? We have the King of Cups here. So this energy is talking, I feel like this is interesting. I feel like this King of Swords in the past, when he's been the King of Cups and given into this temptation, it hasn't always been ideal. I feel it has been less than ideal, actually, is the energy I'm getting. So this is why this person is being so careful. And this could say, because if they're in a higher position, in their company, or if they're a politician, or they're running a company, they're the CEO of a company or whatever, they want to make sure that they're not going to be back in this stinky fish energy. So yeah, it's making them, they want to offer this cup of love, but they want to make sure that it's not going to cause a bunch of chaos and turbulence. They're not up for it. They don't feel like dealing with a bunch of drama again. That's the energy I'm picking up. The King of Cups, though, is like is someone that is emotionally available, and yeah, I feel it represents the same energy because it's sitting on it, and it's just saying like this King of Swords is wondering, his mind is fighting his heart basically, and he's wondering, like, am I just being stupid? Just to say it like that, because this person that they are thinking about asking out is so different from what they normally would ask out, and different from like the profession that they're in, that they want to make sure, like, whoa, is this person for real, or is this going to be a disaster? Yeah, because in the past there has been problems in this King of Cups love life, or the King of Swords more. I feel like it's made the King of Swords is very careful about who he chooses to bring into his love life because of some past issues. This is talking about this, like, this can represent a lot of gossip and slander and a lot of talk about what happened. This can be like a third party involvement where there was a couple and it was politically or emotionally, publicly embarrassing for the King of Swords. And so he's very careful now who he offers his cup of love to. That's the energy I'm picking up. This card also, when you look at it, it's like, oh my gosh, there's three swords in that person's heart. It was a very heartbreaking situation for the King of Swords, and and when he was in this energy. And so it's almost like he doesn't trust. He knows that the swords are double-edged, and he doesn't trust his judgment anymore now when it comes to love, is what's coming up. But it's interesting because this card can also represent the subconscious mind, which is formed by the time we're about 6 or 7 years of age. And it's we're heavily imprinted when we're a baby, in particular, with our environment. Babies are like sponges. You think about how much they learn to do in a year. And, the thing is, we can't remember very much of our lives before we are about 6 or 7 and go to kindergarten. And a lot of the time, so we have to rely on the thoughts of the people who are in charge of our care. And so our subconscious mind is quite often made up of, other people's thoughts of who we are and not really who we are. And so this energy, when we're triggered, is the first thing that comes to mind, basically. We have the unconscious mind, and a lot of people will say, well, I am a human being with a soul, but it'd be more accurate to say that you are a soul traveling in a human body, and this is the vehicle that you're using to experience life. And then there's the conscious mind, which is what you have a handle on. And so this is like when these three become congruent and are plugged into your heart, that's when you're going after your authentic heart's desires. And that's the only way that you can get on your true path of glory, like to be crowned with this reward. And this is what is missing in the King of Swords' life. And so now this is saying that he is now has his mind disciplined. He has it plugged into what he wants in his heart. And so I guess this is the green light to go forward here. So we'll go from the past up the top and back down. We have an energy of wanting to get some information about this person. And because he can feel like he really wants to ask this person out, and it's a reward, and he understands this, that it would be there's a lot of opportunity attached to this. He feels like this person is a breath of fresh air, but very different from what normally he would have in his life. And in the past, he's been hurt and had to really, it could have been embarrassing publicly and all of that. There was a lot of gossip, harsh words, that kind of energy. And so now he checks people out before he even dates them. The King of Swords, that's thinking with his logical mind as well as with his intuitive mind, which is actually a good place to be, plugged into his heart's desires. He wants to move up from being safe and even from his heart's desires so that he can reach his crown and glory. And so I guess it's, yes, he's probably going to ask this person out now. Wow, how, like really, this is a struggle that a lot of us have in our lives. It's interesting how it came up. We're going to now I'm going to clarify this for those of you who want further clarification. I'm using my Oracle, Tales from the Vector, TAILS. I do have a website, talesfromthevector.com. Now this website, I have a gallery with 64 paintings. I began this in 2007. I completed all 64 paintings by 2020. They're really big Dragon from the Future paintings. It's from the Intergalactic Federation of Light. I do have all the information written up, and I'm planning to put the Oracle out there, but now I want to see what it's like. You may have noticed in life, and this is what this is about, what's good on paper isn't necessarily what is, when you put it into true action in real life, it isn't necessarily as good as it looks on paper, that kind of energy. So we're going to clarify now, and in the description box below, I will put the cards in the order they appear here. The numbers on these cards are the numbers of the paintings as they're listed in my gallery. Well, here we go. Okay, so this is Temperance. So this is saying that this person that they're looking for, that they're looking into, is on their divine path. This is saying that they have been patiently on their divine path, and because they are on that path, they are a natural born leader, and they've learned how to rein in their emotions and move forward in that way. People, even some of the disgruntled people in the back that don't want to, that maybe have been participating in some gossip about this person, have to say, okay, I have to admit this person has shown that they are a leader. This is talking about the information coming in saying, I want to make sure that I get the proper card here. This one was first because I almost grabbed two. So this is talking about this information coming in saying this is an energetic upgrade. So this person is for real. They're not a bot. That kind of energy, and that, you know, they're not hiding anything. It's not like they're pretending to be something they're not. This is someone who is a leader in their own right, in their own world, the center of their own universe. The deception in the past, I'm getting that this person also has been deceived in the past. There's this kiss me good, hex in the city energy. And so both of them understand this. Like, this person wouldn't be insulted about being checked out, because once this king asks this person out, they're probably going to have them checked out too. It sounds kind of like, oh my goodness, it's like, it's to be that unsure. You know, it's not about being unsure, it's about being sure. And this is talking about, in the past, towers have hit, reality checks have hit, and it's caused a big problem. Someone like the King of Swords could be someone who's very much in the public eye and does not want to go through the same gossip and slander. And it's just a lot of work. It doesn't necessarily mean that they care so much for themselves, but clearly it was a heartbreaking decision for them, and they, you know, and they may have ended up in divorce, you know, in their relationship. There might have been a third party involvement, that kind of energy. The Chariot is here. So the Chariot is talking about the power of spin, and this is basically saying this person is in charge of their life. They're independent, and all the opportunities that are coming to them come from them because they have created those opportunities. They've been destined to have these opportunities. This is coming in very quickly now. The energy is, you know, already in the spiritual realm. It's on the way, and it's like a force that is not going to be being able to be pushed aside. We have the sun coming in, and so this is divinely guided by God. This person is on their path, and the King of Swords wants to make sure that this person would be someone that's on their path. And we have this energy here of the toddler. So the give and take that we were talking about, where is that here? Here, where the Chariot is. This is talking about having learned the hard way about the give and take in the universe, like how much, you know, the toddler is the baby of the pentacle energy, and it's talking about having to learn the hard way sometimes about who you give your energy to and who you don't. And that's why both of these people are very careful in that regard. And it's talking about the world. So this is like talking about when the Fool begins their journey in the major arcana. They start at the 0 point and they end up at the world is the 21st card. And so this is talking about this energy of being hurt is, it's the end of a cycle. It's not, this energy coming in is being sent in by God as a reward. And it's talking about being able to, with this person, when these two people get together, that they would be able to have a lifestyle that would be perfect for being able to reach their crowning glory as they're on their God-given path. Very interesting energy. I do hope you've enjoyed this. Please give it a like and a comment if you have. And consider subscribing to the channel. I would be honored if you did so, if you resonate with the energy. Bye for now. I will be back with another reading about random shifts soon.